everyone, welcome to or welcome back to my channel So Little Time, and my name is Karen. So you've probably been wondering, where have I been? Well, what all I can say is that I have been in homeschooling hell. No, joking aside, it has been such a challenging couple of months. Obviously, we had the news the day before the boys were due to go back to school that we were going to be going back into lockdown 3. Yeah, so I got all the boys' school stuff ready and then had to put it all away again. So it has been quite challenging homeschooling the 3 boys, I have to say. It's had its ups, it's had its downs, and it's had its really real lows. But, you know, we are really lucky that we've all had our health, which has been great. So I feel completely out of touch with doing vlogs. So you're probably going to have to excuse any stuttering or anything like that. But I have been having the fear of missing out syndrome, seeing everybody uploading vlogs over the past month. You know, I've been catching up with all my fellow sewing vloggers, and it's been lovely catching up with a few new people as well who are just new to vlogging. And I just thought I would just come on and just break the ice and get back into it. You know, it's been such a long time, so I do feel a little bit out of touch. But today I wanted to come on and show you what I got for Christmas. So I know that seems like it was ages ago now, but I did get some really nice fabrics and haberdashery things for Christmas from my family and friends, so I wanted to share those with you. Also got some new patterns, and I have had quite a lot of fabric as well, some for Christmas and also some that I have purchased myself, which I got in the Black Friday sale. Yeah, and there is just a few other things that I wanted to talk to you about and catch up with you on, really. So firstly, I'll start off with showing you what I got for Christmas. So this pile in front of me here is from my mum and dad, and they were really generous with what they got for me. So they got me a lovely bundle of fabric and a couple of patterns, and these are all from Andrea at Beyond the Pink Door. Now, I watch Andrea every Sunday on her live YouTube that she does at 7 o'clock UK time on a Sunday, and I really enjoy that. It's just a nice hour to sort of put my headphones in and get away from everything and just watch all the lovely fabrics that she shows. It's just been lovely. So I have got all these from her, and I bought these, yeah, just before Christmas. So my mum and dad bought them for me, sorry. So I'll show you what I got, and I have got plans for them, I believe. At the time I was thinking, you know, what I would like to make with them. So the first fabric I have got, I think this is a viscose or a cotton lawn, I can't quite remember now, but it's very drapey. It's a gorgeous sort of blue background. It has got a purple sort of accent to it with these lovely corally red flowers on. And for this one, I really would like to make another Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress, because I absolutely love that pattern. Now, I've only made it once, but that dress I wore so much last year. It was a real favourite of mine. And so this is the fabric that I'm planning to make another one of those. Now, she obviously won't have these in anymore because it has been a couple of months since these were purchased. So, but it just goes to show the quality that she has in her shop. So if you've not checked her out before, she has her own YouTube channel as well, and I'll link all of her details in the description box below for you. So the next one is also a viscose, but it has like a crepey feel, and this has got lovely drape to it, and it is kind of a greeny colour background. And it's got these lovely pink sort of flowers and white flowers on it. I don't know how clear that colour is coming across because I am filming in the evening and I'm using a light, so it might not be true to colour. Now this, I'm wanting to make the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush top. So I actually had that pattern as part of my Christmas present, so I'll just show you that pattern here. If you can see, so that's it there. It's got a lovely frill detail across the top. It has been really popular. I've seen lots of people make it on Instagram, and other sewing vloggers on their YouTube have been showing really nice versions, so I really want to make that. So that's what I plan to use. And I think that fabric, because it's got nice drape, it's got quite poofy sleeves, so I think it will drape quite nicely and not, you know, give me too much of a shoulder sort of 80s look going on. The next fabric is, I think it's a Pontoroma in a lovely blue colour. Now it is coming up really bright on screen, so it is a little bit more muted than that. And I think I bought this, or I keep saying I bought, but my mum and dad bought this for me, because obviously I went online, bought it, and then they gave me the money for it. But this, I bought this to make the Sew Over It heather dress. Now that pattern I've had for years, and I made one long time ago now. And I didn't get the fit quite right on me at the time. I was very new to sewing at that point, dressmaking wise anyway. So I'm going to have another go at making that dress at some point, probably later on in the year now, as we are heading towards spring. So but yes, I think that's what I'm planning to make with that one. So I got 2 meters of that. And then this fabric was actually in, I think, the remnant basket of Andrea's website, and it's a, I don't know if it's a quilting cotton or cotton poplin, but it's got this lovely floral sort of jungly print on it, I would say. Really like that, and that is definitely going to be a summer dress this year. Haven't actually picked out a dress specifically for it as yet, but yeah, I really like that. I think I've got about 1.5 meters there, I think, of that one. And then the last one from this present is a lovely jersey, navy background with these lovely splodges on it, and then there are some gold ones which are very kind of glittery. And that one I think I bought just to make a Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top, because I just find that is a real staple in my wardrobe, and I really like wearing that with skirts and jeans and that kind of thing. So that was my first present from my mum and dad. So yeah, really generous of them. And yeah, just they know how much I love sewing and how much it makes me happy. And my dad was actually quite surprised at how much, you know, these fabrics cost. And I was like, wow, you pay for quality, you know, and you don't yeah, you know, you don't buy cheap, you get what you pay for at the end of the day. And the other thing was another Friday Pattern Company pattern, and it's the Avenir jumpsuit. Now, Jayne from Loopy Mabel's Closet made a version of this earlier this year, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And do you know what? I wouldn't have looked at it if I hadn't have seen her version. So she inspired me to get this pattern. So I'm definitely going to give that a go at some point this year. I think the fabric for that, it's for woven. Yeah, so I think that would be quite nice actually. You know, it's quite a floaty one. I think a viscose or something drapey anyway. Yeah, really like that. So that was my first sort of lot of presents. And then from my mother-in-law, she bought me this Fiskars scissor sharpener. Now, my scissors I've had for years, the first ones that my mother-in-law actually bought me when I first started sewing, and I have sort of snipped into pins a few times and they've lost their sharpness, and I have since sharpened them on this, and it's been great because where I had caught them on pins before, they were starting to snag the fabric a little bit because there was like dents in the actual scissors themselves. Yeah, so using these has really helped. So, you know, I'm wondering if I can use these for my hairdressing scissors, because this evening I literally just cut my fringe because it was so long. You know, because we're all, what are we at the minute? Teachers, hairdressers, you know, everything. So I'm cutting the boys' hair, and my hairdressing scissors have got so blunt. So I'm wondering if they'd work in that, but I daren't use it for messing this up. So if you know, let me know. So my mother-in-law also bought me this lovely tailor's clapper. I think that's what you call it, a clapper. And it's for when you're making coats. Now, when you are using like a boiled wool or a boucle or something where the seams need to be pressed really flat, and obviously you don't want to sort of just press your iron too hard on it and then really ruin the fabric, what you do is that you sort of steam over the seams and then use this and press down really hard on the seams to make them lay really flat. And I think the moisture from the steam absorbs into this. Yeah, I think that's how it works anyway. But this one is from Guthrie and Garney. Now, a while ago, Lauren from Guthrie and Garney, she did actually do a video all about this clapper, because she has had them made locally, which is great because obviously my husband, his parents, they're all from Birmingham, so it was really nice to get something that is kind of local to my family. Yeah, so she got me that, and it's lovely and smooth, really nice quality, so I definitely recommend that. So I'll put the link to that in the description box below for you. Yeah, it's got a lovely sort of mark around there, so you know, get your fingers in there, and it hasn't got the big thing on top, but I just, yeah, really like that. So smooth. So that was that. And then, as you know, I'm part of the Felicity Fabrics blogger team, and my next blog will be coming up very soon. If you've been following me on Instagram, you will know that I have been making some little coats for my twins. So that's going to be my next blog coming up, and I'm really excited to show you those because I've just had such fun making these coats. So I'm not showing you those today because I still need to finish the second one, and I'd like to show you proper photos and of them both finished, that kind of thing. So my makes will be in a future vlog. But yeah, we're all in this blog team, and we share chats on WhatsApp quite regularly, and we all decided to do a Secret Santa this year. So I actually had Michelle from Sewing Bunny, so if you were watching her channel you would have seen what I got her, and then I had Holly who got me, and now she's not a sewing blogger, she's on Instagram, and she obviously blogs for Felicity Fabrics as well. So I'm going to link her details down below, because she's on Instagram as Whole Stevens, I think it is. So I'll pop it across the bottom of the screen for you as well. And so she had me, and she sent me a lovely little package. Now I have moved things around, so I'm assuming she made this bag, which is just really, really pretty. A little drawstring bag, and in there I've just got some eyes, which I'll talk to you about later on in this video. But with that, she got me a lovely iron-on patch, which I thought was absolutely gorgeous. So that will definitely be put on something denim, I think. So probably a dungaree dress or dungarees, or a denim skirt or something. Really, really like that. So as you know, I really like my sort of dungaree style dresses, and I've got lots of plans for dungarees and things in the future, so that would probably be put on something like that. She also got me this lovely label which says happiness is handmade. Really nice size as well, and that's by Paige Joanna, and I'll link the details for her in the description box below as well, because she does her own labels, sewing labels, and they're really, really pretty. So that will obviously be put into a garment at some point. And then she sent me these. Now I didn't know what these were, so as you can see, they're like these little peg kind of things, and I actually had to message her and said, oh, they're really nice, but what are they? And you actually put your reel of cotton on them as well as your bobbin. So I think you squeeze the bobbin on first, and then the reel of cotton goes on, I believe. I haven't actually tried it out yet, so I need to do that. I've just kept them to one side because I knew I wanted to show you them. So she got me those, and then this lovely rick-rack kind of trim, which has got birds and a heart on in between. So that would definitely be used as some kind of trim on a garment for sure, or, you know, maybe a homeware project or something. So that was really nice. She also got me some hand cream as well. I think that was everything, because I have moved things about, so a few things might have gone into other bits. And then also Felicity and Caroline from Felicity Fabrics, they actually sent us all a Christmas present, which was so, so lovely and so generous of them. And they also sent some hand cream, and it's this one called Seams, and it's really, really lovely. It's a lovely box. It's specifically for sewers, because when you handle fabric, your hands dry out just like they do in handling paper, really. So this is Seams Couture's hand cream. I can't say it. Yeah, and it's really nice. It smells absolutely gorgeous. So, so nice. And I do suffer with rough hands because I'm a summer bunny. So in the winter, my hands get really, really rough. I might usually crack and bleed because I'm constantly washing my hands more than ever now anyway. And also washing up because we haven't got a dishwasher or anything. So yeah, and they sent me this lovely fabric. I think there's a metre. It's just a black fabric. It's a viscose, and it's got these lovely little dots on. So they're like sewn on, or glued on, but really, really well glued on. Yeah, crystal kind of ones. And for that, I already know what I'm going to make, because I made sure that I could fit all the pattern pieces on it, being a metre of fabric. But that was absolutely lovely. And the pattern I'm going to make, I've made it before, is New Look K6434, yeah, K6434, New Look, and it's this pattern here. Now I've made it before, like I say, and it was for my Sew a Top challenge earlier last year, so I'll put a link up above if you want to have a look at that, because I absolutely loved that top, more so than I actually thought I was going to. It was a real surprise actually at how much I wore it last year and how much I ended up liking that, and I just think that will make quite a nice sort of evening type one, because we will eventually be able to go out and socialise again at some point. I know it seems like it's way off at the minute. Oh goodness, yeah. So and then I got a lovely surprise present in the post from Anna from You Got Me in Stitches, and she sent me this lovely tote bag, navy blue, with this white writing on that says, "You can make fun of my sewing, but remember, I'm the one with the sharp needle," which was thought was just so, so lovely of her to send me that completely out of the blue. And you know, Anna is a real generous soul. So again, I'll link her channel and everything associated to her in the description box below for you. So thank you, Anna. That was really lovely of you. and I haven't used it yet, but I'm planning to put some wool in it because I have been buying quite a lot of wool, so I will get onto that a little bit later. My sister-in-law, we always sort of buy for each other, so we don't just buy for the kids, we do buy for each other, and we always ask each other, you know, what we want and that kind of thing, and I always know what I want because it's always going to be sewing related, to be honest. And I just found recently, when I was doing my sewing and things, that when I'm pressing things as I go, that the ironing board was just too big sometimes, so I just thought I really could do with a sleeve board. So she got this one from Sew Essential. So again, I'll link this one down below, and it's just a really nice size. So it's not actually as small as I thought it was going to be. This is a little bit larger than ones I have seen, but it's been absolutely perfect, especially for those coats that I've been making for the twins, because I've been able to put the sleeve across it, and iron the seam allowances really well on that, and it just kind of comes down like this, and you just hook it, and you know, it's a really nice, stable, good quality little sleeve board really. Now the only thing I will say is what I have noticed is when I've been using it, it has been slipping on the table a little bit, so I'm going to put some rubber sort of dots on it to stop that moving around, but for the time being I've just been putting it on top of the tea towel to stop that happening. Yes, so that was basically all of my Christmas presents I think that I had, so that was really, really nice. I mean, I usually always request sewing things for Christmas and people always come up trumps, which is really, really nice, and that's how over the years I've kind of gathered all my haberdashery notions and that kind of thing. So if you weren't watching my Vlogmas last year, then you won't have seen these fabrics that I'm about to show you, but I have got quite a stash that I've picked up recently. So I got really low earlier last year in my stash of fabrics that I whittled them down to not very much, and then as the year progressed I have bought quite a lot, more than I've ever bought before. I purely think it is because of the lockdown situation. It's just been nice to buy things and have things sent, you know, to your house as a treat, and I've got all these plans, and I haven't really done as much sewing as I thought I was going to last year because having the boys at home quite a lot, it just took up so much time, and by the evening sometimes I was just shattered, you know. And in the summer I was spending a little bit more time in the garden with my husband, you know, glass of wine, play a board game out in the lovely summer evening and that kind of thing, so I didn't really do as much sewing as I would have usually done, I suppose. And then this time, you know, with this whole lockdown and the winter and the dark nights, I just haven't really been getting my sewing machine out, and it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago when I started the coats for the twins that I actually ended up getting my sewing machine out. It just, you know, took a real I think my sojo just took a massive dive. Yeah, and I was watching other people obviously do their vlogging and see things that they were making, and I was like, oh, I really want to get my sewing machine out, but I just didn't have the energy in the evening, so I just didn't do it. So anyway, I've got this massive stash of fabric now. I really don't need to buy any more fabric. I just need to get on with the projects. And also, again, you know, I did do a vlog last year of my autumn winter plans, and I had a lot of fabrics and a lot of plans, and only a few of those have got made just because, oh, you know, sojo went completely down, and my coat that I was planning to make for me, I haven't done that yet either, so, but obviously hence the clapper, that's going to get me into doing that, you know. So, and I've been making the coat for the twins. It's made me not so scared of it in a way. I know it's only a small version for a child, but it's just the process and the lining and stuff, it's just made me feel a little bit more confident, so hopefully I'm not going to be too scared to crack on with that. Anyway, ramble on, finished. Let's just get these fabrics shown to you. So again, if you watch my Vlogmas, you might have seen a few of these. Now, first lot I'm going to show you is from Felicity Fabrics, and I bought these in their Black Friday sale. So the first one is this lovely ecru colourway with lots and lots of different coloured spots all over it, quite vibrant colour. And I think I've got just a metre of that purely because I want to make quite a few Tilly and the Buttons Agnes tops this year, because I really like wearing them with denim skirts, jeans, and I just feel they're a real wardrobe staple and I really like the shape of them. So that's what I'm planning to make with this. Like I say, that's from Felicity Fabrics. I do believe they still have this. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did see it on their website the last time I looked, which wasn't that long ago. The next one is, again, another jersey with an ecru background, and this time it's got these lovely florals on. I really, really like that. Again, I think I just got a metre of that purely to make another top. Now that might not be the Agnes top. I might make that into either the Sew Over It Audrey top, or perhaps I might try out the Somerset tee, which is by Maven Patterns. I haven't tried that one out yet. So yeah, we'll see, but that's a really nice one as well. The next one, I didn't buy this one. This has been gifted to me by Felicity Fabrics, ready for my next blog post for myself. So I'm going to be making with this one, which is another jersey. Again, navy background with the same sort of florals on as that ecru colourway. I'm going to be making with this one the Sew Over It Georgie dress. And that came out earlier last year, and it's like a faux wrap dress with you can either have it with a gathered skirt or a half circle skirt, I believe. So I'm going to be doing the half circle skirt version because this is a heavier weight, and I think the gathered skirt calls for more drapier fabrics, but I absolutely love that. So that's what I'm planning to make that for my next blog post. So the next one is a lovely gingham fabric which I bought again in the Black Friday sale, and so it's 100% cotton, and Jayne from Loopy Mabel's Closet has used this to make a sorrel dress, which I think is by Jennifer Lauren Handmade, if I'm right. Absolutely gorgeous. It reminded me actually of those summer dresses that you get for children that go to school in primary school. Really, really pretty. Really liked it. Again, I don't know what I'm going to make with this, and I actually can't remember how much I bought. Might have been 2 meters, might have been 1.5 meters. It will definitely be a dress if I can squeeze a dress out of it, but not sure of my plans for that one as yet. The next one was in their remnant section, so I think there was about 1.5 meters left of this one, and it's a cotton peak, I think you call it, and it's actually got a little bit of texture to it. Really, really lovely. It actually, when it arrived, it was a smaller print than I actually thought it was compared to what it looked like on the website, and I'm really pleased with that because I really like that print size. And I do think I'm going to be making the Tilly and the Button Stevie dress for this one. And now I have made that in the past, and I really do like that dress. I have changed it to fit my shape slightly differently, so I've nipped it in at the waist so it's not as boxy. And I will be doing a sew along for that pattern at some point, but with different fabric that I've got lined up for it. So, you know, hopefully I will be doing that in the spring, sort of summertime. But yes, that's what that one is lined up for. Really like the texture of that. So the next one is actually from Susie at Thread Quarters, and I bought this not so long ago, and it's a lovely quilted kind of sweatshirting, and it's got this silver kind of lurex through it. She did say that it might feel a little bit scratchy on your skin if you wear it without a vest top underneath, but I'm quite happy to wear a vest top underneath or a slip, depending on what I make. Now, I was planning on making a sweatshirt out of this, or again the Sew Over It heather dress, so I'm not 100% sure yet. It's one that I'm just going to sit on for a while at the moment until I find the pattern that I really want to make for it. So I bought 2 meters of that, so there's enough there to play with at least. Now this one, I can't remember where I bought this from. Now I only bought 1 meter because it's very expensive. It's an art gallery fabric, I think. And it's my first art gallery fabric that I've ever bought, and it's really, really soft. I absolutely love the colour of this. It's really vibrant, and I am just going to make a Tilly and the Buttons Agnes top with this one. Yeah, oh, it's so soft. Really, really nice. Really nice quality. And I know the Agnes fits me, so I won't be scared of cutting into this. You know, it's a really easy top to make. I say that now, I expect something to go wrong. But yes, that's that one. Now, I don't know if I showed you this before, but this is from Andrea from Beyond the Pink Door. I don't know if she still has this colourway in, but I know she has a red colourway in. And this is a needle cord fabric with a sort of leopard print on it, and it's got blue inside the leopard print spots there. Yeah, and leopard print, this is the first leopard print I have ever bought. I don't usually wear an animal kind of print. It's really out of my comfort zone, to be honest, but I really want to make I think a pinafore dress with that. Not sure of the pattern yet that I will use. I don't think it will be like a dungaree style dress. It would be more of a pinafore style. I'm sure I had one in mind when I bought it, but I can't remember what it was now. But I really like that. Yeah, it was just something a little bit different. I thought, you know, just go for it. Go out your comfort zone. Let's give it a go. Now, if you've watched my vlogs before, you will have seen me in my Tilly and the Buttons classic Breton style cocoa with the white background with a navy stripe running through it. Well, it died a death recently because I've had it quite a number of years. It was in a lovely Ponte that I got from John Lewis a while ago. But yeah, it had got deodorant stains underneath it. It discoloured slightly, bobbled very slightly, not much. So I tried to get the same fabric again to replace that top, but I just couldn't get it. So I have actually picked up another Breton style stripe, but this time it's actually a French terry, so it does have that loop back on the reverse. So it does mean it is slightly more drapey. I have washed this and it has rolled a little bit at the edges, which is slightly annoying, which that does happen on a French terry, so it's not specifically to this style of print. But and also the stripes are slightly wider than my previous one, but I'm going to make that into a Tilly and the Buttons cocoa because it's just a standard sort of top that I had in my wardrobe that I just wore so much and I really miss it. I'm already missing it, so I really need to get that made up very soon. And then recently, these are my last recent purchases for fabric. This one is a quilting cotton from Crafty So-and-So. It was in the sale. I think they were just getting rid of it. It was the last 3 meters that they had on the bolt, so I bought the 3 meters. Lovely navy background with these sort of fruit designs on it with a couple of white little butterflies. And I'm just going to be making with that a pyjama set for myself. I'm going to be using the Ogden cami top for the top half, and then for the bottoms it's going to be the Tilly and the Buttons Margot pyjamas. Now I made that last year. And I've worn them so much to the point that the actual print on the fabric is fading quite significantly, you know, in comparison to when it was freshly made. But like I said about deodorant stainage and that kind of thing, when I made the Ogden cami top, it was out of a quilting cotton from Minerva, and even after a few wears I noticed that my deodorant was staining it, and it's really annoying. It's like the top is like a white kind of colour with a design on it, and it's just under here it's gone like a purpley colour, and even if I, you know, try and put some whitener stuff in the washing machine to get it out, it just doesn't come out. So I was actually speaking to my group on the Felicity Fabrics WhatsApp and saying, you know, has anybody else had any problems with their deodorant staining their clothes? You know, I'm not a sweaty person, it's just the chemicals in my deodorant. I do use a decent brand, and a few of them said, you know, why don't you try roll-on? So I have been trying that this week, but I do prefer a spray because it's drier. I don't like the wetness of a roll-on. So I bought this colourway purely because I didn't want any stains to be shown on it. So I really don't like it because every time I take it out of the wash, that white one just still looks dirty to me. So I'm making that again because I've worn it so much, and it's really cool to wear in bed and you know, you don't get too hot in it even in the winter because we've got our thick sheets on now. And then my boys, you will probably know if you were watching my Vlogmas that you will see that they are in shorts 24/7 all the time throughout the winter, summer, you know, you name it, they're in shorts. They do not like wearing jeans or jogging bottoms or anything like that, to the point that I've actually had to cut the legs off their pyjamas into shorts because they don't like the long trouser legs. So I've promised to make them some pyjamas. So I also got this fabric from Crafty So-and-So, and it's a lovely cotton jersey with these lions on. Yeah, and my husband, he said it's like ladybirds. I said their noses do look a bit like ladybirds, but yeah, no, it's lions with this lovely teal background. So I've bought enough to make the twins some pyjamas with shorts, because my eldest son Harry, he's okay, he's got some pyjamas already, so he's sorted. But the boys are just, you know, I've cut them off with like my fabric scissors and they just look a right state, look like tramps. It's not good. So I'm going to make them some of that pyjamas. Now the pattern I'm actually using is a free pattern. Haven't got it here to show you. I've got it all the PDF printed out, so I just need to put it together now. It's called the Holiday Pyjama Pattern. So I'll link it down below because all I had to do was go onto their website and I think sign up to their newsletter or something to get the pattern free. But what I didn't realise is that when I was first registering to get the pattern, I thought I was just getting the pyjama bottoms, but it actually comes with the top, a raglan sleeve top. So that sorted me out for the whole outfit really. So they're not short style. I'm just going to crop the legs on the trouser bits on the bottom, because these particular ones, they're quite generous and baggy, so they're not tight. because a lot of pyjama patterns are quite slim legged, and obviously if I was going to be making them into shorts, they'd look like cycling shorts. So I thought, you know, I need a baggy pyjama pant bottom, and that's what I've managed to get. So I will show you those soon. Okay, my last fabric then. This wasn't actually supposed to be a fabric haul, but this is what I've been gathering for the last sort of few months. This is a recent purchase from Felicity Fabrics. It's a lovely cotton poplin, and it is a cerise pink. It's coming across true to colour with these lovely polka dots on it, and I just absolutely love a polka dot, and I love pink. I think that really goes with my tone of my skin, and that is going to be a summer dress of some description. Now, on the subject of summer dresses, I am taking part in a challenge during March, and it's by Sam from Frugalissima, I think that's how you say it, and also Ruan from the Yorkshire Sew Girls. They both have YouTube channels, and they have been chatting over on Instagram and have come up with this challenge for anybody to get involved. So you don't have to be a blogger or somebody who posts on Instagram, you know, you can just be anybody to get involved with this. Now, the thing behind it is that we're all going to be choosing a free dress pattern, and then you are to use a fabric from your stash. So we're trying to make it like as free as possible, basically. So I am in the process at the moment of having a look through the internet and seeing all the free patterns available for ladies' dress patterns. So that is the rule, it has to be a dress. And I have come across a few, so I've written a few down as contenders for mine, and I think we all need to get these dresses made by the end of March. So I'm going to link Sam and Ruan's details in the description box below for you, and if you check out their Instagram you will see all about the challenge, and also they have recently uploaded a vlog as well all about it. So there are quite a few people who are taking part, and I think the people who do vlog are going to be uploading a video to discuss, you know, their options and fabric choices that they're possibly going to be using to make the dress, and then we're all just going to reveal it on the 31st on Instagram, I believe. So you probably will need to have an Instagram account to be able to showcase your outfit if you're going to take part. Yes, so that's my plan. Now, I have seen some that I quite like, but I was quite surprised at how hard it was to look for free patterns and find any that I actually quite liked, because my taste is a little bit different. Yeah, so I think that's brought me up to speed with all my sewing and all my Christmas present goodies that I wanted to show you. Now, vlogs that I'm going to be bringing to you in the near future, I wanted to share my five favourite makes of 2020. And I also wanted to show you some makes that I have made sort of back end of last year, from the autumn through to the winter. Some of them you may have seen on vlogs that were specifically for those makes, but if you didn't watch that then you would have missed some of the things that I made, so I'm just going to include everything. So I'll bring that one to you as well. So whilst my sojo took a massive low, during December I was avidly watching other people doing their vlogmases and things, and I really got hooked on Claire from Claire Who Makes Things, and she has a lovely YouTube channel, so I'll link that down below as well, and also a Instagram account. And I was watching her, and she is just the loveliest lady, and she has just a natural flair for all different types of crafts, and she really did inspire me to look at other crafts, because, you know, I don't just enjoy sewing and dressmaking, I am really into all sorts of crafts, but they kind of took a backseat whilst I was really getting sucked into the dressmaking side of things. And then actually over Christmas I did end up started knitting just a bog standard scarf. It was just knit, you know, knit, very boring, but it was just this wool that was stripy, so I thought, oh, I'll just use that wool. I'm still part way through it, but I got bored because it was just knit. So I will be picking that back up again to get it finished. I've not got much to do on it now, so I will show you that once it's finished. It's just, you know, a bog standard scarf, but you might like to see it. But yeah, she really inspired me to start having a go at the crafts that I'd forgotten about, and also just ones that I'd not really tried before. Now, years ago, before I had my children, I did do a very short course on crochet, and I learnt the basic stitches, but I never learnt to read a pattern, which I think is really important actually if you want to learn how to crochet, to be able to read a pattern, because, you know, it's useless just following YouTube videos all the time. You know, if you want to actually sit there and read a pattern, it's just better. And so she inspired me to have another go at doing that. Now, it's been over 10 years since I picked up a crochet hook and had a go, so I had completely forgotten how to do the stitches, and I am a knitter, so, you know, it's a bit backward, completely kind of different sort of technique. But I went away and bought a magazine, which I have here with me somewhere. Let me just grab it. And it's the Knitting and Crochet magazine. So this was the magazine that I picked up just before Christmas. And Christmas Day, I decided to have a little bash at trying to have a go at doing some crochet. Now, we were lucky enough to have my mum and dad round on Christmas Day, and that was all we had round. Obviously, we were allowed to have, I think, 3 households in one house, but we just thought it was safer just to have my mum and dad because we've been in contact with them the most. You know, so they've been in our bubble, as it were. So my mum can crochet to a point, and she knows how to do the granny square. So she helped me start off with doing some granny squares. But I did end up following YouTube videos on how to do the magic circle to start off, and different techniques and that kind of thing. Now, I do find it really, really frustrating that UK terms and US terms are completely different. So sometimes if you're watching a YouTube video, it can be in US terms, and it's so confusing why they just can't be the same, you know. Never mind. So anyway, I did end up watching some US terminology for how to do these bears and things, but it just made me understand how to do the stitches. I just kind of ignored what they were called and followed the UK term in the actual pattern. So I got this magazine, like I say, just for Christmas, and Christmas Day I was like, right, I'm going to have a go. So from Christmas Day onwards, I ended up crocheting this bear. So the pattern is inside. There were some bits that I did not understand whatsoever, so I did have to go on YouTube and find out how to do it. And there are some really, really good tutorials out there. So I will show you the bears that I've made, because I have put them on Instagram and shown you, and I made one for each of my boys in the end, because obviously once I'd done one, they all wanted one. And I've just got them all lined up here. So this one was actually the first one that I made. And I just used some wool that I got from Aldi, which is a supermarket in the UK. And it was actually supposed to be for a bobble hat, I think, and it was a stripy wool. So literally the way this has crocheted up is just the way the wool was. So it was just lucky that I was able to make his face like that, you know. It was just lucky. And then I bought some of these eyes to put in. So I got those off Amazon. And then this wool came with the actual magazine. So this wool was from Aldi, like I say, but this wool came with the magazine, and there was a few other wool as well. So I made this little bear, really cute. So Thomas has got this one. I love his little bum as well. I was really pleased with how that one crocheted up, and I was just so impressed that I managed to do it from reading a pattern, you know, with a little bit of help from YouTube, a little bit of help from Jayne from Loopy Mabel. She's got her crochet channel as well, so do check her out. She's a wealth of knowledge, and so I did contact her as well. Then I made the second one, again out of the same wool, and luckily it just did the stripe in the right area, and so I could just put his little scarf on. Yeah, really, really pleased with that. So that one's James's. And then I ran out of that wool, so I ended up making a pink one for Harry. He doesn't mind it's pink, and when I was first making it up, it did look a little bit like a pig. But yeah, I've just put their little faces on, and he's really happy with that. And that one crocheted up a little bit smaller, because that was just a double knit wool. So that one crocheted that size, so he is a little bit smaller, as you can see. And then I had some more wool come with the second magazine that I bought of this one. And there was a pattern in there for a little rabbit. So I've made a little rabbit, and he is quite a lot smaller, and the wool is very, very stiff, and it's not very nice wool. It's a little bit scratchy. So that would be much, much better in a double knit or something. But yeah, so that was Harry's. I just did a quick, that was actually a lot harder to crochet because it's a lot smaller. So, you know, my hands aren't that small. So yeah, I was all, you know, getting in there. But yeah, I've been really, really enjoying it. Now, I came across a lady who lives in Sussex, I think it is. And she's got her own YouTube channel and Instagram account. And she's really, really good at teaching tutorials on YouTube. She's really clear, really just pleasantly slow. So if you did want to learn anything, then she's your go-to lady as well as Jayne from Loopy Mabel. Now, she showed how to make a crochet heart, which I've done here. This is really, really easy. If you know how to do a granny square, you can do one of these. It's really, really simple. And even if you don't, if you follow that tutorial, I'm pretty sure you'd have no problems whatsoever. So I've been making quite a few. That was just left over, that colour of the wool that I had. and so I've just done one of that one, and then I've done quite a few more of these, and I'm going to string them together to make a garland for Valentine's Day. We don't actually celebrate Valentine's Day, but I thought, you know, we all need something to look forward to, don't we, at the minute? So I'm going to just bling up the house with these hearts once I string them together. So I'll show you those once they're finished. Yes, I've been doing quite a bit of crochet in the evening, so it's just been taking up some of my evening time instead of sewing, basically. So it's been nice to have something to fall back on instead of sewing. And also, now I've got sort of my tension right and have been practicing quite a bit with my granny squares and that kind of thing, I'm actually in the middle of making a granny square blanket for my nan. Now my nan has got Alzheimer's. She's in a nursing home, and she has been in there for quite a number of years now. So it's really quite sad. And I haven't been able to go and obviously see her for the last year or so. I'm hoping to be able to get to see her at some point this year, because she actually turns 90 in August. So I'm making a granny square blanket for her, just like a lap blanket, so it keeps her nice and warm. And I bought some lovely wool, which I got from Jayne at Loopy Mabel. She's got her own shop, and I think she got some wool left over from when she did used to have like a haberdashery shop. Yeah, and I've got some lovely colours. So I'll show you the granny squares that I've been making. It's got this lovely lilac, a blue and a green. I've just been rotating those colours. Excuse me. So I've done like 3 of that sort of colourway. And then I've done 3 of that colourway. So I've just moved all the colours around. 3 of that colourway. And then I kind of rotate them around slightly different. So, you know, yeah, and then I will have obviously quite a challenge to piece those all together. You have to sew them all together through each of the edges. And I think there is a way where you can actually join as you go. I haven't learned that technique yet, unfortunately, so that is something that I will try in the future. But for now, I'll just have the fun of doing the challenge of sewing it all up at some point, which I have looked at a YouTube channel on how to do that, so I'll just follow that. So I've been really enjoying my crochet, so I think that's why the knitting of the boring knit scarf got put to one side, and because I wasn't feeling the love for any sewing, that has really just helped keep my creative juices going. So it's all thanks to Claire. So again, like I say, I will link all of her details down below. She's got a lovely YouTube vlog, and I have been avidly watching her. Also, I've just made these little booties, which are going to be for my friend. She had a little girl in December, I think it was, beginning of December. I just followed a YouTube channel on how to do that. Now that was US terminology. I just followed it. I have actually printed off the pattern, which I bought from her Etsy shop because I wanted to actually follow the pattern. It's on blue paper because I ran out of white. Yeah, so it is in US terminology, and I think on the other side I have written where it says half double crochet, which is a US term. It's a UK half treble. So I've just written that on there. I know how to do the stitch. I don't really care what it's called. I just want to know how to do the stitch, basically. But that's really easy to follow that, and they're such cute little booties. And today I took around the ones that I made out of a multicoloured wool that I got with a blue sort of theme to it, round to my friend who had a little boy a couple of weeks ago. So I've just walked those around to her house today, which was nice to get out for a walk today because I haven't been out for ages. So that's what I've been doing, getting up to crochet and that kind of thing. Claire also does quite a lot of free motion machine embroidery, which I really enjoy doing as well. I will show you a pillow that I made, which you might have seen in my Vlogmas video, because I did show this, which I made for my son Harry for his bedroom, as he's got a beach sort of seaside theme going on in his room. And yeah, I just free motioned those beach houses on it, and I just copied those off his curtains so it matched, and just added some stars. And I've got this lovely ticking fabric which a friend gave me. I've got a massive bolt of that, which is going to be perfect for what some of my projects are coming up in the future as well, because I've actually joined on to the Poppy Treffery Spring Embroidery Club. Now Poppy Treffery is based in Cornwall, and she has a shop in St Ives, and she does a lot of free motion embroidery, pillows, glasses, cases, tea towels, you know, quite a lot of things, and she's got a lovely website. So again, I'll link that in the description box below for you. Now the Spring Embroidery Club is still open if you wanted to join in. You just get emailed some download a list of materials that you need, because I didn't actually purchase the materials included. Because that was only open for a certain window, and initially I thought, oh, that's quite a lot of money. I didn't have enough money to sort of pay it outright. But I think actually that was quite a mistake, because now I'm trying to piece together some bits that I need, and I'm ending up spending on, which I should have just included it in the price, but never mind. You learn, don't you? So I'm just trying to get it as cheap as I can. I've managed to buy some linen bits and bobs off Amazon. Yeah, so that should be turning up this week, ready for some projects. I'm really quite excited to get involved in that. And yeah, you know, Claire inspired me to get into that as well, because I do really enjoy other crafts and I really want to pick some of those up as well. I still have stacks and stacks of plans for my dressmaking, and I'm really going to make a real good effort into getting them made this year. Now, my Make 9 went completely out of the window last year. I think I only made 2 items off the list, quite understandably as to why, because, you know, half the things I wanted to make, it just wasn't appropriate because I wasn't going anywhere. So I've done a Make 9 again this year, which I'll be sharing in another video. And I've put things on there that I know I really am going to make, and make a real effort to get that done. So I think that is basically all I have to talk to you about today, but I will quickly show you something that my boys made on the weekend. Now, you know, my boys are proper boys, really into anything that my husband does. They will go out in the garden and help him with his tools and things, and they've got fake tools, you know, their own battery operated ones and things, and they're always out there and just really are loving being out in the garden with my husband. So I don't usually get a look in with anything, but this weekend they wanted, well, firstly, Harry wanted me to teach him how to crochet, which was just not going to happen because I'm not very good at teaching that, and also he's too young. It is just too hard to be able to hold the hook. So they wanted to have a go on my sewing machine. And I was like, goodness, is this a mistake? But no, they like the decorative stitches and things. So I cut out some felt hearts because obviously it's coming up to Valentine's Day. And they chose the decorative stitches and had a go at just stitching along. And they made these little hearts, which I just cut out with pinking shears. And then they've just, chosen the stitches, and I just helped them guide it through the machine. I was pressing the pedal because obviously they were sat on my knee because they couldn't reach. So that one is Thomas's. He just wanted a pillow type one, so I've stuffed it with some toy stuffing. This one is James's. He wanted a hanging one but didn't want it stuffed, so he chose all his little stitches as well, and I just used a nice contrasting pink. So these are very girly, but you know, my boys, they don't care about things like that, which is quite nice, isn't it, really? And Harry has got a stuffed version of the hanging heart, and I do believe he is actually going to be giving this one, I think, to his girlfriend. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to post it through her letterbox or whether he'll end up keeping it for himself, but that was what the idea was behind that. But yeah, I just really enjoyed doing that with them, you know, something a little bit different for them to do. They didn't break my machine, thank goodness, because I don't really have a backup apart from my old Singer. Yes, that was really nice. So I thought I'd just quickly show you that. And one last thing that I did purchase in December was some bias binding from Laura from the Specky Seamstress. Now, I bought this as part of her pledge she was doing to get her business off the ground. And I just chose 2 designs that she had at the time. So she has now since opened her business fully. So again, all details will be linked down below. And yeah, she's got some nice designs now. And as you know, I really like using bias binding on my makes. I like to use it on my hems, I like to use it on my facings and around the neckline sometimes as well. So these will really get used in my makes, and I really like the jazzy colours. I think one of them says, "You are a superstar," and the other one is "Made to Measure." Yeah, so I really like those. So I will definitely be purchasing them from her again, because I think she started to do different sizes, because these are actually a lot thinner than what I usually go for. But yeah, they still get used. So I think that's everything. I'm sorry if it's been quite a rambly long video, but I just feel, like I say, completely out of sync with doing vlogging. Really happy to be back though, so I really do hope that you had a lovely Christmas, New Year, January. I hope everybody's been healthy and happy. You know, I know it's really tough time at the moment, but I'm hoping that, you know, brighter things are coming our way. I mean, all I can say is that spring is on our way, thank goodness. The lighter nights are starting to go out, because I was doing quite a lot of running in December. I didn't do every day like I planned to, but yeah, I still did quite a lot. And then obviously lockdown happened at the beginning of January, and I haven't been out running half as much. On a weekend, we're just too busy as a family, bitting and bobbing about the house and that kind of thing, and the weather's been dreadful. My husband, he's been out on call quite a bit. I mean, one night he didn't come back till like 5:30 in the morning. It's ridiculous, because there's some flood situation. And yeah, I've just been getting out on a Wednesday evening with a friend, and it's dark night, so I can't go out on my own. But I have to say, last Thursday I had a lovely sewing session with Angela from Devon Thread Tales on Zoom, and that was amazing. It just was really nice to chat to somebody with, you know, like-mindedness with our crafts and things, and put the worlds to right. And I was telling her how much of a rubbish time I was having with the homeschooling. Not rubbish really, it's just been really hardcore. Yeah, and things have just been going wrong in our house. You know, we had just before New Year, the aerial decided to stop working, so we had no TV. Then the TV went wrong, so my dad came to the rescue and has lent us his spare one that he had up in the bedroom, which was even bigger than our normal one, which is hilarious. And then the dryer has gone wrong in the washing machine, so they're coming to fix that tomorrow. So I've had no dryer, because I do use that quite a lot, because we have about 1,000 pants and socks. And then what else has gone wrong? And then last Monday, Harry, bless him, dropped the laptop and smashed it. Oh my goodness, if you have a laptop or a computer and you haven't backed it up, do it. I urge you to do it. I was lucky 3 months ago that I backed mine up, and so I had all of our photos, videos from goodness knows how long ago, since the boys were little and stuff like that, because if I hadn't have done that, I would have lost everything. And all my sewing patterns are on there as well, my PDF sewing patterns. So luckily I backed up quite a few, and then the ones that I bought more recently that I hadn't backed up, luckily for some reason I was able to retrieve quite a lot of deleted items from my emails, and I could get my PDFs back off there, and obviously like sew over it and things like that. You have your account and they're all on there indefinitely, you know, so you can just go back and get them. And there was a few companies that I emailed and said I can't get access to the downloads because they've expired, and they just sent them to me on email, which was really lovely, which has been fantastic. I did have a voucher actually for Satisfaction for Christmas from my friend, and I bought some haberdashery bits and bobs, and unfortunately it has gone missing, even though I paid for tracked delivery. So I'm still waiting for either the package to arrive, or I'm waiting for Satisfaction to sort out a refund onto my voucher, or to resend me the items, but I'm still in the process with that, so unfortunately I can't show you what I bought, but it was just like needles, a pressing cloth, and a few bits and bobs like that. So yeah, I'm just trying to get hold of Satisfaction because they haven't been answering my emails, calls or messages on Instagram recently, so I am a little bit disappointed, I have to say. Don't like shaming a company, but I'm being honest, you know, not good. So anyway, that is going to bring the video to an end. I will be back with my Mate 9. I will be back with some makes and my 5 favourites from 2020, and then I shall see you very soon for whatever else comes in the future. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.